James Arness is Marshal Matt Dillon.
They were looking for me. They're going to be back.
On Gunsmoke.
That's right.
Weekdays at 1 on MeTV.
Hi, I'm John Malice, and welcome to this edition of Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno on Comcast Channel 187 and 43.6. Today, we're talking about a 91-year tradition here in the Central Valley. You'll know what it is as soon as I mention it. 436 MeTV, option 11. Don't wade through the message and turn down the sound if you call in.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And welcome back here to the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day, and we're talking about a holiday tradition. And you know, the day after Thanksgiving is when it really all starts, the holiday shopping, and we're thinking about putting decorations up, putting up the Christmas tree and the Christmas lights out on the front lawn, and of course around the house, around the perimeter of the house. Some even put those lights up on top of the roof. I saw one of those earlier this past week, and it looked absolutely gorgeous at night. So, you know, this tradition that we're talking about in the Central Valley has been around a long time. It's been around longer than most of us have been around, I think. 91 years and counting. It's just simply amazing. And you know, they started on this project back in September. That's when they started prepping for this. That's what they do every year. That's what they've been doing for 9 decades. Let's go to the videotape and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of the longest running traditions here in the Central Valley. It's called Christmas Tree Lane, now celebrating 91 years and counting. It all gets underway tomorrow night. That's right, tomorrow night. That's a Tuesday, December the 3rd. It's a walking night only. Don't forget that. That means no cars allowed during the 2-mile stretch between Shields and Fig Garden Village along Van Ness. During this holiday season, expect to see upwards of 100,000 people either walking or driving through Christmas Tree Lane as they enjoy all the beautiful decorations and tens of thousands of lights along the streets, along some of the trees, and some of the biggest houses. I mean, the biggest houses you'll see anywhere in the city of Fresno. It all began back in 1920 when William Parker Winning and his wife May decorated one single tree along Van Ness and Pontiac in honor of their late son Billy, who tragically died at the family home. Today there are more than 300 cedar trees and 140 homes along the route that will have their own special decorations. Live in our studio right now is Dean Alexander. He heads up the committee for Fig Garden Village Homeowners Association and Christmas Tree Lane. They're the ones that sponsor it each and every year. We'll talk to him about what this tradition means, what he plans for this coming year. Your phone calls are important. 436 MeTV, option 11. Do not wade through the message. And also, remember, if you are calling in, to turn down the sound on your TV set because we won't be able to hear you. Today, the big topic, Christmas Tree Lane. It runs through Christmas Day. And we're back with our program in just a moment.
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12.
This is Adam 12. It stars Martin Milner as Officer Pete Malloy, Kent McCord as Officer Jim Reed.
1 Adam 12, roger.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
It is the long-standing tradition right here in the Central Valley, 91 years. Amazing this thing has been around that long, and it started back in 1920. Dean Alexander is the guest. How are you, Dean?
Great. Yourself?
Well, I'm doing great. Holiday spirit is upon us. How about you?
Hey, I'm getting in the spirit. Started October 15th, so I bypassed Halloween and Thanksgiving.
But you start this prepping for Christmas Tree Lane back in September, right?
Yes, the trees start being decorated in September. And I started my house in October. So.
Okay. Now, do you live along Christmas Tree Lane?
I live on Christmas Tree Lane. I'm the grand finale.
Okay, you live at the end, at the bitter end.
That's right.
Now, let's put up a map. It starts where? At Shields and what?
Yeah, it's at Van Ness. It runs along Van Ness, and that's called Christmas Tree Lane, and it actually starts right just north of Shields at the underpass.
Okay, and it goes for about 2 miles, roughly speaking,
Yeah, it
right,
goes
along
on-
Van Ness, and you're going towards Shaw, walking or driving towards Shaw, towards Fig Garden Village, right?
Correct. It deads in. Actually, Van Ness doesn't go through Shaw. It deads in on Palm, and then you go from Palm to Shaw.
Yeah, yeah. So this all started back in 1920 with that house that's, of course, on Van Ness and Pontiac with the Winning family. They lost their son. They decided to decorate one tree in his honor. How did this thing from that one little tree decoration blossom into this gigantic celebration and tradition that we've had for 91 years?
Yeah,
How did it happen?
It's amazing. I mean, one tree, and the people said, "Hey, you're decorating a tree. Let's do it. Let's decorate another tree," and it snowballed. And now we're.
When did it start snowballing? What year?
I'd say in the late 1920s. It officially, I think the President's Club took it over in late 1920s when they started doing it. The men's club at Fig Garden.
Yeah, and it started blossoming, of course, then. And the preparations we talked about, they start in September. We do have some videotape. Let's roll it. And we're talking about the preparations that start so early, a couple of months in advance. You can look up on the monitor there and describe what we're looking at, Dean.
Yeah, we're putting out the high schools actually every year create a display for the lane, and so we're actually putting out the high school displays.
Okay. All right. And where is that specifically, do you know?
Yeah, that is on a vacant lot just between Swift and Indianapolis.
Okay. And these are some of the trees that will be decorated, I'm assuming?
Correct. Yeah, actually, you can see the one in the background. You see the lights coming down.
Right. These are some of the cedar trees. And how many trees altogether? And how old are those trees?
We have approximately 300 deodar cedars, and they're approaching 100 years old.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Here's some of the more prep work that's being done during the day, obviously, to get ready for Christmas Tree Lane. And, this thing is 91 years old. How do you explain the popularity? I mean, it's withstood the test of time, 91 years. Why is it so popular even today? You're going to have up to 100,000 people either walk or drive through there for the better part of 3 weeks.
Well, understand that nowhere else in the world has this type of event. I mean, we're homegrown. No public or private, no public funds are used.
Who pays for this?
Well, it's done by donations. So we collect donations on the lane, and it allows us to do it the next year. And
so the Homeowners Association pays for it, right?
Well, through donations. We get donations from the lane, so cars donate, and so we use those funds to do it the next year.
All right, we're talking with Dean Alexander, Christmas Tree Lane, 436 MeTV option 11. Obviously, don't wade through the message and call in. Ask your questions here on Connect with Me. And remember, turn down the sound on your TV set. Let's roll another piece of videotape. We'll take a look at some of the lights. And, I hate to pay the electric bill out there. You know what I mean?
It's huge.
Here's some of the lights along some of the trees, the cedar trees that we're looking at right there. Go ahead and talk about this.
This is the trees are decorated. So this is a drive night, and so these are the trees that the lights in the trees. And now we're going to this year we're complete all LED lights. So
everything will be LED
on the lane. So all the lights that are on the trees are LEDs. So going green and conserving energy, and it gives a nice saturated type of look.
How long does it take before it's all said and done and you're ready to go? I mean, does it take really 2 months to set everything up?
Yeah, you understand they have to basically the longest extension cords. They've got to run the power cords to start off with, and then they have to direct the lights, and then they have to prep the lights. And so,
guys, ever blown a circuit? Have you?
Many times.
Really?
Fires in trees we've had.
You've had a few fires, huh?
Yes, I mean, because what happens is the squirrels will eat through the wire, and all of a sudden it comes bare, and they'll connect and create a fire.
Right. Let me ask you something that's kind of a touchy subject, and I know that, I'll bet some of our viewers are thinking about this too, and that is the safety of Christmas Tree Lane. Of course, we had that one stabbing a couple of years ago, whenever it was, along the route there. How safe is it for you and your family to walk Christmas Tree Lane?
It's very safe.
Okay.
You understand, we've had it for 90 years. We had walk nights for 20 plus years. We had one incident.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you look at Fashion Fair, okay, how many incidents they've had compared to us, and so
Right.
and the police are out there in force. I mean, last
I was
year,
going to ask you, there's a force out there, a police presence?
yes, a huge police presence.
Yeah.
And so we have Fresno Sheriff, Fresno PD, and we have CHP out there.
Right.
And it's because we go in the county and city, and yeah, it's full of force and it's very safe.
Okay. And I asked you this before, just a couple of minutes ago. How come it has withstood the test of time? I mean, a lot of things go by the wayside. If some things wear out their welcome, they don't last more than, say, 20, 30 years. Why has this lasted 91 years? Can you pinpoint it?
Yeah, I sure do. It's the volunteers that put it up. I mean, it is something that, if you didn't
It's
have...
one thing to put it up, but it's another thing to get the people out there.
Yeah, but it's no other place has it. I mean,
Right.
where can you go and drive 2 miles of trees and just for a donation? I mean, it is phenomenal. I mean, it is. I get people all over the world that come here, and they are amazed. I mean, because there's nothing like this. I mean, it is something that Fresno has and nobody else has.
All right, we're talking with Dean Alexander of Christmas Tree Lane. It opens up tomorrow night. And what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. It starts at Shields and Van Ness and goes all the way almost up to Shaw there, actually Palm, and then it ends. And the rest of the time it'll be cars, not cars only. You can still walk, but you have one other walking night to take advantage of, and I believe that's December the 11th. Is that correct?
Correct. Wednesday, December 11th.
All right. Tomorrow night it all gets underway. Christmas Tree Lane. Back with our guest, 436 MeTV, option 11. Call in and ask your question.
When you're looking for Whirlpool innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Whirlpool appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
And welcome back to the program. Christmas Tree Lane running through Christmas Day, of course, on the 25th of this month, so a long way to go, but don't wait until the last minute. We've got 2 walking nights out there. Tomorrow night, that would be December the 3rd, Tuesday, and then December the 11th, that is a Wednesday evening. It all gets underway at Shields and Van Ness. We're talking with Dean Alexander. Now, the Fig Garden Homeowners Association sponsors this. That wasn't always the case, is that right?
Yeah, in the early days, it was actually the Fig Garden Men's Club that sponsored it.
And what club was that?
It was just a club, obviously before my time.
Right.
But it was just like a association club of Fig Garden.
When did the association take it over?
Have no idea.
Okay.
It was probably in the 40s.
In the 40s sometime. What is so special about Christmas Tree Lane, in your opinion?
It's the magic. It's something that when kids go down the lane and the smiles on their faces and just being just amazed about the lights. I mean,
right.
It's
okay.
Beautiful.
Let's take a call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Dean Alexander at Christmas Tree Lane. Your question.
My question is the start of the tradition sort of was sad. I saw that, and the plaque outside the house that's at the corner of Van Ness and like Saginaw or something like that, I noticed is up for sale again, and it seems so lonely, that house standing all by itself with no landscaping. Can you talk a little bit about the residence and its historical significance aside from the winning family that, of course, started the tradition of Christmas Tree Lane? Alexander, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the property's up for sale again, huh?
It sure is. It's a beautiful house, inside and out. Obviously, it needs a little tender loving care on it, but it's the first tree that was been decorated, so it's something that's special obviously Christmas Tree Lane and also Fresno has just been a historical site.
Right. Let's roll the videotape. We have more pictures, obviously videotape of Christmas Tree Lane at night and how beautiful some of the lights are. And getting back to the winning family as we take a look at this video, there was a Fresno Bee story that ran in 1923 and talked about May winning. She was the mother of the boy who died and said she was a very prominent young lady in Fresno society. And she gave a reporter from the Bee a tour of the estate, planted several maple trees in the yard, built a fish pond, and she died back in 1938 at the tender age of 63. And so, this has a lot, the winning family has a lot of tradition. It goes back a long way here in the city of Fresno. So familiar to many here, right?
Yes. A very common family in Fresno. And they've had the house until 1960, and then the current owners took over.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Christmas Tree Lane, as I understand it, only went dark twice. You know when?
During the war.
During the war, that's right.
And during the energy crisis.
1970. Oh, you mean the so-called gas shortage that we had in 1973?
That's correct.
Remember those long gas lines?
Yes.
So you went dark on those years. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we went dark. Yeah, I remember 1973.
Right.
Year.
Obviously, you don't remember during the war. You weren't old enough.
Yeah.
But 73, you remember like it was yesterday, huh?
Yeah. I was in high school, but yeah, I still remember.
When did they make that decision early on, huh? Just because?
It must have. Again, I wasn't part of the decision making, but it was just because of people were upset with us using all the energy for lights, and that we decided to go black because trying to show that we're interested in also energy savings.
Now you live along Christmas Tree Lane. Obviously, you said you live toward the end of the route when you drive or walk. How long have you lived there?
I lived on the lane for about 20 plus years.
Okay. Are there some, now let me ask you another question, and that is, if you live along Van Ness, along that stretch, do you have to participate? Do you have to light your house? Do you have to put decorations in the front yard?
The answer is no. But
okay. Are there people that sit out and say, hey, I'm not going to take part in this?
Well, I think you understand is you have a lot of elderly people on the lane.
Okay.
And it's hard for them to decorate. And so what we do in those houses, we call them dark areas or black areas, we put out the high school displays in those areas. And so we try to make sure that
so there are no protest signs or protesters.
No, not at all.
But there are some that just refuse to partake or can't partake.
Yeah, I'd say can't partake.
Can't. You ever had anybody just flat out refuse because they don't want to?
No.
Not really, huh?
Not at all.
Really? They get in the spirit there.
Yeah.
They really do.
When you have every year we have new homeowners that come in, and a lot of people that come in are not even aware of how significant it is. The realtor says, yeah, you live on Christmas Tree Lane, yeah, and until they experience the first year, and it's like, wow.
What would you in front of your house, you decorate yours, you take part in it. Give us an idea what your electric bill is during the month of December.
Well, understand I'm the grand finale, and so
I understand.
I have over 300,000 lights.
Okay,
so my PG&E bill triples.
To give us a rough figure.
No. It's in the thousands.
It's in the thousands of dollars
for PG&E, yes. And
is it over 5,000?
No.
Is it over 2,000?
It's in the thousands, okay. But
I'm curious. I want to know. You got over how many lights in your place?
300,000.
Just at your house alone?
Just my house alone.
How many along the route? Would you venture to say?
Probably over 1 million.
Over 1 million?
Yes. And one thing that we, in the previous years, I had to bring a generator in to run the power, and then we go into LEDs, it's significant savings, so I don't have to have a generator.
You got one of those smart meters, do you?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we got a phone call. What do you know? I still want to know what that PG&E bill is. Good morning. You're on with Dean Alexander, Christmas Tree Lane. What's your question?
Yeah, good morning. Merry Christmas to John.
Thank you.
You and Dean. And two questions. On the donations, driving or walking, do you depend upon those to survive with decorations? That's first question. Second question, are you going to have calendars, or had you ever had calendars made for selling, for fundraising? All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
Sure. The first question is, The only way that we can do this is by donations. We don't get any. A lot of people think it's supported by the city or the county. It's not. It's supported by your donations. So every year, the donations that you do help put up the lights and run the power, supply the power. But understand that none of the residents get any of that money for power or their displays. It's strictly the cost.
Where does that money go?
We have 300 deodorant cedars that get decorated. So so it's to get the man lift, to get the contractor,
it's to buy the lights, decorate the trees,
and power the trees.
Right. So let's say you get the donations and it's all in one pot. Let's say, I'm just using this as a round figure. Let's say you get $100,000.
It's $80,000.
It's $80,000.
Yeah.
Do you each share in that pot to pay your electric bill? Or
No,
what?
no, we don't. They don't pay the electric bill is paid by the resident. What we have is we have several call them boxes down the lane that they provide power to the trees. And so that
money is used for that.
Used for that, yeah. So
anything else to buy the lights?
Buy the lights, and the biggest cost is the construction of hiring the electrician and the equipment to put the lights up. That's a huge cost.
Now let me say this before we go to break. The donations are very important. Just to give you an idea how important these donations are, back in the 1980s, Christmas Tree Lane almost went dark because of the lack of donations. That was in the 80s, but recovered just in time to turn the lights on that particular year. Forget what year that was, back in the early 80s, I believe it was. So it did almost go dark because there were not enough donations.
Yeah.
And so that can happen.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, but it seems like every year we have enough money to just do the next year.
And so where do you donate when you walk Christmas Tree Lane? Is there a donation box or something, or what?
On the drive nights, there is a donation box where they come by and they stop at Rialto, and that's where they give donation. And then on the walk nights, we're sponsored with Tree Fresno, so Tree Fresno's out there providing the labor and to be able to collect donations.
Is Tree Fresno one of the sponsors, or?
They're the sponsor of the walk nights.
Right. Okay. We're talking with the one and only Dean Alexander. He is from the Fig Garden Homeowners Association and, of course, Christmas Tree Lane. And remember, it goes through Christmas Day. However, Tuesday, December 3rd is night number 1. It's a walking night only. 436 MeTV option 11. We're back in just a moment.
Now, why don't you tell us the whole story right from the beginning? All right, from the beginning. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. My name's Friday. I carry a badge. Police officers.
You any idea who the other man was?
My partner's Bill Gannon.
Program?
We got just one big question.
Yeah.
When?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Christmas Tree Lane, my friends. It opens up Tuesday, December the 3rd. And Dean, what about that calendar?
No, we don't offer a calendar. That was actually Huntington Boulevard that offered the calendar for a donation.
Right.
But no, we never offered anything for the donation.
Yeah. Okay. So are there any plans to put a calendar together at some point?
No, I'm basically the primary person for it, and it's like just getting to the function, to be on time every year is a major task. So
really,
yes.
You mean meeting the deadline to open up on time?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Another piece of videotape here from Christmas Tree Lane. I've got to ask you, you've lived there how long now? I forget.
20 plus years.
20 plus years. And so, tell me, is it a burden? Is it a nightmare? Is it overwhelming to a sense to live on Christmas Tree Lane during the holiday season?
No, it's kind of fun. One is on the drive night, you access it from a side street, so you don't go down the entire lane. So you go to the side street, and it takes a while to get in, but pretty much a 5 to 10 minute maximum wait to get to your house. So it's not a huge wait. Walk nights, that's an issue because you got to park. If you're going to leave, you got to park your car on the side streets because you can't leave from your driveway during that night because the road's closed.
Right. So let me get this straight now. Along the trees, you got probably 1 million lights that light up. But on the individual properties, the homes themselves, the homeowner is responsible for their own decorations. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And how did you decide? What's on the front of your house? Wow, what's...
yeah. Okay, I'm the grand finale. So I've got the castle, I've got the clock tower, I've got the train going around.
Oh, your house is the clock tower?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
so,
seen that.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's where you live, huh?
Yeah, and so that's why
I see.
That's why it takes 2 months to get ready for it to open.
I was going to ask you, how long does it take to put your particular or your personal decorations up?
I start October 15th, so literally it takes me 7 weekends to get it up, and I hire a bunch of college kids and high school kids to help me. And it's a big.
You can't do it all
production.
yourself,
No.
obviously. Yeah,
No.
yeah, it's amazing. So, what do you want people to know about Christmas Tree Lane that we already don't know?
Well, I think to come and enjoy it if you haven't seen it. I mean, it is amazing, and then understand it. And again, I even have a lot of people still asking that they think it's a public-funded event, and it's not. It's funded by your donations. And so, the biggest thing is when you're out there, if you can donate, because we want to keep this alive for years to come.
Yeah, it's almost amazing during this 3-week period. 3.5 weeks, that some 60,000 vehicles will actually drive through Christmas Tree Lane.
Yeah, I mean, what's weird, not weird, but what is amazing is during the busy nights, which are Friday and Saturday,
Right.
you have traffic all the way up to the Freeway 41 trying to get on the lane. So literally over 2 miles, a mile and a half of traffic just backed up trying to get on the lane. So one thing is, if you're going to drive, it's better to drive on the weekdays, not on the weekends, to avoid the major traffic.
Yeah, I don't think it's any less congested during a week. I've driven during a week, and it's
still busy, but
it's still
not,
busy.
But
I know weekends is more.
But you had some people that say they wait 2 hours to get on the lane, and so that's
on the weekends.
On the weekends, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And then during that same time period, you'll have up to 45,000 pedestrians actually walk Christmas Tree Lane.
Yeah, we've estimated about 30,000 per night, so up to 60,000 people that can come down, that actually walk down the lane.
Yeah, so you're gonna have well over 100,000 people just travel through
Yes.
there during the holiday season. No question about it. Another call coming in. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Dean Alexander. Your question quickly.
I have 2 quick questions. Number 1, carbon monoxide an issue? Number 2, what can we see that's new this year? Been going for a long time. Wondering what can we expect haven't been seen before. Those are my questions. Thank you.
Yeah, are you going to at some point just allow Toyota Priuses to drive through there, or what? What about this carbon monoxide issue?
Yeah, I walk the lane. I walk the lane quite a bit, and I don't think it's
Not an issue.
Not an issue. Not
Not
really.
an issue.
You have it, but it's not. Unless you get behind a real smoker. But no, it's not an
No,
issue.
I could see the sign in a couple of years. Only Toyota Priuses allowed on Christmas Tree Lane.
And then regarding adding, we always try to add something on the lane. Besides my house, I add something, but on the lane, we always try to add something every year. This year, we're adding a sleigh with a little dog and a Grinch, and a full-size sleigh with a Grinch and a little puppy dog. So it's gonna be really cute.
All right. Do you have a phone number where people can donate if you want to, or you haven't thought about that? No.
No, I don't have a phone number. But
No
the
phone
question, but
Just go out to Christmas Tree Lane and you can donate.
Yeah,
That's all.
Fig Garden Homeowners Association or ChristmasTreeLane.com, and they'll give you
Is there
information.
a phone number that they can call anywhere?
There's a phone number. It's 348-9200. 348-9200 is my answering machine.
Okay. All right. And they can call and donate over the phone, or just go by there in person if they want.
Yeah, go by in person, or they could donate. I think through PayPal.
Okay. Are you getting a little tired of this? Doesn't it just wear on you after a while? Every year. It's a lot of work, Dean. It's a lot of work.
It's huge work, and the issue, you first start out, you're excited, and then right now it's like,
you can't wait till it's over.
Oh yeah, it's like it hasn't even started yet, and it's like, oh.
How long does it take you to tear down? Forget about building. How about tearing down?
It takes 2 months to actually get the lights down, and then it takes me
2 months to take the lights down.
Yeah.
How about your personal property?
It takes me 3 weekends to get the lights down.
3 weekends to get the lights down and everything down, all the decorations. Yeah. It is a lot of work. So altogether, it took you, what, 3 weeks to prep on your house, right? 3 weeks to prep.
7 weeks.
7 weeks to prep. Oh, yeah, that's right. You start October 15th.
Yeah.
7 weeks to prep, 3 weeks. So you're spending 10 weeks during the holiday season just prepping and then tearing down.
Exactly.
Amazing. Yeah. Dean, it's good to see you. Good luck.
Yeah.
Christmas Tree Lane.
Thank you.
Again, 91 years. All right. Congratulations.
Yeah. And again, guys, come out and enjoy. It's
Okay.
wonderful.
Will do. Enjoy it out there. Congratulations on another successful year. I'm sure it will be. We're back with another edition of Connect with Me tomorrow. Thank you to Dean Alexander in Christmas Tree Lane. It opens up Tuesday, tomorrow night, December the 3rd at 6 o'clock. Back with another edition of our show tomorrow on MeTV Fresno.
Do you like me?
Just like me.
Like MeTV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.